All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. Before I get started, I do want to acknowledge that our school board chair, Dr. Rosalind Osgood's here with us today. So I want to just thank her for continuing to support moments like this and for her dedication to the children and families of Broward County. And our entire school board is engaged in doing some activities today and observing this day. Today, our entire Broward County Public Schools family is observing a day of service and love. It's in commemoration of our 17 students who lost their lives and those that were injured. We can't forget those as well. So we're on 3 years ago, February 14th at Marjory Stoneman Douglas. We will never forget our MSD fallen angels. And I want to make sure that we remember all of them, and so I will read their names to you now. Alyssa Aladef, Scott Beagle, Martin Duque Aquino, Nicholas Dorette, Aaron Feiss, Jamie Guttenberg, Chris Hickson, Luke Hoyer, Cara Lugran, Gina Montalto, Joaquin Oliver, Eliana Petty, Meadow Pollock, Elena Ramsey, Alex Schachter, Carmen Centrip, and Peter Wang. This week, students across the district have been engaged in volunteer and community service activities that make positive impacts on their communities and in the lives of others. We want our students to feel confident that they have the power, that they have the agency to positively shape their own lives and the lives of others, and to feel proud that they are important contributors to our community, and that they are surrounded by positive acts of their peers and their school. Developing positive character traits in our youth is an important part of the academic education that they receive. It's not just about reading, writing, arithmetic. It's about building character, developing the life skills that will enable all of us to be successful in our society. We recognize how valuable it is for all of us, especially our students, to connect with one another each and every day to express kindness, appreciation, and love, not just today, but each and every day. Today we remind ourselves, as adults, that we must be examples for what we want to see in our children. I'll repeat that again. We as adults in our community, in this nation, need to be examples of what we want to see in our children. As they say, we must be the change that we're looking for. At 10:17 this morning, our entire district will observe a moment of reflection to honor and remember the victims. We invite everyone in our community to participate this morning at 10:17. I want to thank our community partners for their support of a day of love and service. We appreciate our families, our teachers, staff, for your love and support as we continue to heal. This morning we are standing in our district's benefits department. The members of this department, and they are an example of what we're talking about. They have been working since the summer, and they've raised about $13,500 to purchase food for our food pantry program. In addition, they have secured personal hygiene products to create over 1,000 kits to distribute to students and families who are experiencing economic hardship or homelessness and housing insecurity. So I want to thank you guys for that. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. The acts of kindness that we see here are being replicated throughout the entire county at our schools and with our students and our staff who provide service to others. Today's day of service and love is important for us to embrace and live, not just for one day, but for every day. It is through love, tolerance, forgiveness, and service to others that we will combat the destructive forces of hate, anger, and evil. On Sunday, February 14th, Broward County Public Schools and our community partners, Hands On Broward, the City of Parkland, City of Coral Springs, the Children's Services Council of Broward County, the United Way of Broward County, the Interfaith Coalition, and many others will attend tributes, faith-based gatherings, and services throughout the entire county on that day. And I want to thank everyone for continuing to remember and using this moment as a moment of commemoration. It is not a day of memorial. It's not an anniversary. It's a day that we're commemorating the lives we lost, the positive things that those individuals have done to impact our lives, and use that as an example to move forward in a world where we are seeing more and more examples each and every day: kindness, love, and tolerance. Thank you, and I will take any questions that you have this morning.
Hey, thank you, everyone.
All right.
So we're gonna take a look at what's happening. Yes, please. When you look at the last 3 years, especially the last year with the pandemic, do you think that's had, I guess, how has that impacted? Has that played into any sort of the events today, specifically the students at MSD or just all across the district? When that all falls into place, considering this last year's been so crazy,
Yeah.
how does that play into everything and how you still go into this weekend and today?
You know, I think the pandemic has done a number of things for us in this country. I think it certainly highlighted major inequities and disparities that we have in this country. It has highlighted the fact that there are far too many people in our society that are falling through a broken safety net, and that the only way we're going to move forward is that we have to collaborate. We have to support our neighbors, our friends, folks in our community to be able to get through this. Many have been impacted, obviously, beyond just the economic impacts and the death from the disease. We also know that they have been dealing with significant stresses, mental health issues, and concerns. Our families, our students at MSD, suffered enormous loss and trauma. The over 400,000 people that we've seen pass this year from the pandemic is a big national loss that we're all dealing with. I think those things underlie the importance of continuing to make significant investments in mental health. I think it underlines probably what we believe to be the most important component of public education in our society, and that is the power of positive relationships. Every student, I think every adult needs somebody in their life that they can connect with, that they can share their ideas, their concerns with, that can help them get through times of stress and struggle. So I think ultimately as a nation we will come out of this pandemic more unified and stronger than we've ever been before.
Before we continue with the questions, if you just don't mind for 1 moment, Dr. Osgood, could you make some remarks, please? Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here this morning. As we stand today to commemorate February 14, 2018, I would like to thank this entire community. The whole Broward County community was impacted by this horrific tragedy. And I think about Mr. Runcie and his leadership. Leadership is a double-edged sword. You have some celebratory moments, but sometimes you have some horrific horrors. Thank you to Mr. Runcie and this hardworking, faithful, and dedicated staff for all the countless hours that you put in during that time, how you continue to show up every day to love and care for each other, love and care for our kids. And today we're here once again with the Community Service Project, reaching out to help those that are in need. I ask this community to remain steadfast. Together, we've proven that we can overcome anything. Let's continue to pray for those families that lost loved ones on that day and those families that have lost loved ones since that time. Broward County School District, we lead the way. With Mr. Runcie leading the staff, the courageous efforts and decision-making of the board, we continue to be a model of this in this community of how we can love and care for each other, and we can love and care for others. We know that as we look at the pains and the violence that happens in this world, we know that we overcome it when we individually make decisions to choose peace and love as our pathway forward. Thank you, Mr. Runcie, for continuing to lead the way. Thank you, staff, for all your hard work and dedication. Thank you for being the example that our kids can follow, that we love and care for each other, and we love and care for others. God bless you, and God bless America.
Thank you, Dr. Osgood. Are there additional questions?
Yeah, Mr. Runcie, as you know, the kids who are seniors now at Stoneman Douglas High School were freshmen when this happened. So they had the second year where it was a traumatic year. Then they had the pandemic. These poor kids haven't had one normal year of high school. What's your message to them specifically?
Yes, first, the message is, one, we have throughout this entire time, we have continued to provide services and supports and recognizing what they've been going through. We are going to do what we can to make sure that they continue to receive those supports. We've been trying to work with many students even beyond their matriculation out of Broward County Public Schools. I will say that one of the big questions that they have is, can there be any sense of normalcy for them, recognizing that one group of kids didn't even have graduations last year. They didn't have some of the events that they normally have as seniors. So we intend to have those type of events this year. They may be modified somewhat, but we want to make sure that they're going to have a senior experience, notwithstanding a pandemic, that is what they should be able to have and deserve. But it's challenging, and I would say to them that we love you, we support you. If there's anything that you need, we'll be there for you. We've all been impacted in some shape or form, and we're all in this together. We're all connected, and it's through that connection, through those kind of relationships, that we'll move forward and help each other to continue to heal and move beyond this if we as much as we can.
Any update on the status of removing the 1200 building from that campus?
Yeah, so our ability to remove this 1200 building is going to be defined by the state's attorney's office and where they are relative to the case and the trials that we know are coming up, which is going to create additional trauma for our community. So we are hopeful that this year we'll make some progress on that. As I've always said, if it were up to me, I would have taken that building down quite some time ago. So I think hopefully this year we'll get some updates from the new state's attorney and our ability to move forward. We do have a number of other activities going on with the community and their families around a permanent memorial as well. So that process has been in place. As you know, the state initially set aside an initial amount of about $1 million to be able to get that done. Committee has been meeting and working. There's a number of stakeholders involved, and so that process is going on as well. All right, everyone.